So, yeah, welcome to this full moon in Scorpio meditation. And instead of going too much into the esoterics this time, as I explained some of that in the new moon meditation, we're going to dive into the journey. I do want to say that Scorpio is ruled esoterically by Mars, and Mars brings the warrior energy, the warrior archetype. And so we're gonna see how this warrior archetype is manifesting us, or manifesting through us and in us today or at the moment. And we're gonna go see how and what are the struggles on the personality level and also on the soul level, and finally activate the core to support the soul path. And so let's get digging. I see one of you is traveling, and that's totally fine. Do what you can and how you can with the limits of your circumstances, and that's okay. Don't let it bother you. Just turn your energy inwards and move there, even though it's not very physical this time. And if you can, please turn on your videos so that I can see you and we can share the space together, even though you may not want to stay and you don't need to stay in front of the screen all the time. But I just want to open up the space energetically to all of us. Okay. Yes. And Asta, you can come back. Yeah, restart and come back. And meanwhile, I invite you to find a place in the space that you are in where you can lay on the floor, on your back. Finding a comfortable and safe enough place today. And we're not going to stay there for very long. We're going to start moving, but we're going to start there. And all you need to do is hear me. So make sure that you can hear me. And just trust your body. And if you can, if there is enough space, spread your arms and legs like a star shape. So laying on your back on the floor and spreading your arms and legs like a star. Notice any tensions that you might carry today, or any resistances to be in your body. Maybe you want to go into your mind. You want to go to, if you are watching this early in the morning, then or doing this early in the morning, maybe you want to go back to sleep. Relaxing does not mean passivity or losing presence. Relaxation is the surrender of presence. Give yourself permission to drop any unnecessary tension today and allow your body to drop even further into the ground, onto the floor that is holding you, trusting that it will hold you. And like waves in the ocean, allow your breath to move in your body like the waves. Just focusing on your breath. And as intensely or as relaxed or whatever pace is good for you today and how your body wants to breathe today, that is the way to breathe today, not anything that I say, or there is no should or should not, no right or wrong in this one. Just imagine a wave hitting the shore and allowing your breath to catch up with that vision the way it wants to. And go back in time where you were a baby. You don't need to remember any facts. Just remember that your body will tell you if you just listen. So you just need to stay open and receptive to the body's messages. Going back to the time when you were a baby, lying on your back on the floor, breathing, you can keep your eyes closed or open whichever makes you feel more safe, more grounded. Notice the physical sensations. Allow any emotions that may rise at any point during our journey today. Also the thoughts. And if you have difficulty being in your body, just allow any sound. Allow the sound vibrate and massage your body from the inside. We'll get to the movement and the touch a bit later. And as this baby, you begin to be curious that, okay, I've already seen this. I've been watching the ceiling for quite a while already. So I want to see what's out there. And you're figuring out how to use your limbs. And you don't have the muscle tone in your limbs just yet, but you've realized that your core, your torso actually has strength. And so from the center of your torso, from your belly, your solar plexus, send an impulse to move right leg and right arm. Roll it very slowly onto the other side, to the left. Be curious, oh, ever so curious about how does this body, now that I'm giving this impulse from my center, what happens that it makes my limbs move to the left? Like this starfish baby reaching the left side, and then breathing in, opening up back to the right side. Maybe rolling your arm around your head to give yourself more space. And from this joyful realization, you're going to try out, hey, doesn't this work on the other side too? And so you give the impulse from your torso, center of your torso, and move the left leg and the left arm to the right side. Slowly and curiously. Exploring on the way. And then slowly returning back to the space where you were laying down and your limbs spread out like a starfish. And allow that impulse in your belly to bring both of your legs and your upper torso, your arms, upwards together like into the shape of an egg. Raising your legs upwards, your arms upwards. And down. Maybe even rolling on your back, but just realizing, oh my God, I have a back. There's something happening there. Slowly creating more muscle tone in your limbs as you find this swinging movement. Allow your spine to wake up, exploring how does your spine move? What kind of twists? What kind of turns? What kind of roundings? How does it move? Where does it take you? And as we continue this journey, allow anything that is in your body to come to the surface, inviting it in, allowing any emotions, any thoughts. And I invite you, as we continue this movement, to check if there are any beliefs already coming up that you've created about yourself. At this very early age already, or about the life. And then allow the upper body be active, exploring how does your body want to move? How can you crawl only with your upper body active, your lower body just resting there? Because at this stage, the upper body and the lower body are still not connected to each other. They're not really speaking to each other yet. So finding your arms, the strength in your arms. All the different ways to move with your upper body active. Also notice if you find yourself in a place where there are no options. What kind of beliefs are related to that? And then switching to the lower part of your body, letting the upper body just rest there, and let the lower body explore. How can you move? How can you explore the world? How do your legs, your hip work? Again, noticing any physical sensations, emotions, beliefs, thoughts. Is there any kind of struggle? And if there is, what is the struggle about? And then you realize that actually your upper body and lower body can talk to each other, but only on the right side. So the right side leg and the right side arm and the side as a whole moves, explores, finds its way in this body. And then switch to the left side. The right side stays relaxed, and the left side, the left limbs, the left side as a whole. It's like, wow, these work together. How can I explore the world with this side? And then you find out that you can actually use all of your limbs, all of your body, and you start gliding on your buttocks. You start walking like a spider. You start crawling with your buttocks and your butt still on the ground, gliding on the floor, but moving from one place to another and finding this freedom that yes, I can get out from that space where I've been staring at the ceiling for so long. I came here on this earth and I'm slowly finding my way. Exploring how does that feel? What does that bring up? And then you discover that you can actually crawl with your hands and knees like an animal, your belly pointing towards the floor, the ground. This may actually be a bit faster way to move around. Notice if you have stopped breathing or what has happened to your breathing. Is there more tension in your body or are you still relaxed? As you are crawling, exploring, and slowly finding your way to lift your butt to the air, walking like a bear, not really standing, not really crawling, but in the midway, wanting to get up, but not yet finding the balance or the trust or the courage to stand up. And that's okay. This stage is welcome. There's no rush. And then slowly find a place in the space that you are in where you can find support from a wall or a couch or any other chair, any other surface where you can lean on or find more support on. Bear walking to that spot. And slowly, slowly, as you are observing your physical sensations and your emotions and your thoughts, you start to rise on your 2 feet. Testing whether those legs will hold, whether they will carry you. How is it different from up here than it was on the ground? And if you've already found your way up, there's no rush to get up. But if you've already found your way there, see how it is to take your first step in this life. It can be wobbly, it can be slow. Or you can be ecstatic and realize you are even more free. Are you trying to get ahead of yourself? Do you fall? Falling is okay. You get up anyway. You will get up again and practice and learn to walk. And as you start learning to walk, you can see your struggles through this laying on your back towards walking. And those same kind of struggles may still be alive in your life. If they are, name it. Name it out loud for yourself. Feel. And as you are learning to walk, just taking your first steps in this life, was there or is there anyone there to catch you, to see and witness your first steps, either now or back then? Was there or is there anybody to witness that process? Moving from laying down to standing and walking. Either way, what kind of beliefs do you have about others, whether they are there or not? Name those beliefs to yourself. And what about beliefs about life as you went through this struggle, this journey to learn how to walk? You created about beliefs about yourself and others, and how do you view the world at large, life itself, you in relationship to that life? Name those beliefs out loud for yourself. Feel as you say them. Let your body respond. And those are the beliefs that you've carried your whole life up until now. And these beliefs have gathered different kinds of patterns of behavior and emotions around them. So, what kind of behavior has developed? What kind of layer of behavior externally in relation to others and the world have you developed for yourself to support and reinforce this belief? Name that for yourself. Feel. Let it break you open. What are the internal experiences that you've created for yourself to support and reinforce these beliefs? Any physical sensations or states of being or emotional reactions? The favorite go-to things that you experience internally so that you can hold on to these beliefs. Name those out loud. Let them come alive in you now while you still keep breathing. And if stopping breathing is one of those experiences, allow that. Just notice. And what is the fantasy you created for yourself based on these beliefs and these experiences externally and internally? What is the thing that if I only do this, or if I only behave like this, then this will happen? What is the fantasy and story that you created for yourself? Name it in one sentence and feel it in all of your layers. Keep digging until you have that one sentence, and your body will tell you when it hits the bullseye. And as you are aware of these beliefs and behaviors and emotions and fantasies that you've created about yourself and others in the world when you were growing up, what's beneath that? What feelings and beliefs and behavior did you suppress? What did you hide? What did you not allow yourself to feel or believe or behave like? Name those for yourself out loud. Let that feeling be felt. Let that belief that you suppressed, or beliefs that you suppressed, let those anchor. That's the new reality. Let that behavior that was suppressed, let that anchor as the new reality from now on. The new normal. And if you find resistance in letting that anchoring happen, what is the resistance about? What part of you is not willing to give that old reality up? And what does that resisting part need in order to be on board? Hear that, feel that. And what are the changes in your life that you need to make in order for that need to be met? Take full responsibility. And if you feel like, and even if you don't feel like you are not ready or too weak or not having enough courage or whatever is the fear or wobbliness or not quite standing in that new reality, call in your soul. Open up to sense your soul in this body. And particularly the part of you that is the warrior, the part of your soul that is the dark masculine, the warrior archetype. And if you don't know what that means for you, that's okay. That's totally fine. This is an exploration. And even if you are familiar with the dark masculine, just drop any ideas you have about him and allow him to come out as he is right now, and then let him the chance to evolve. See how he is and who he is at this moment. The dark masculine is the part of your being that stands and is willing to die for what he holds most sacred, no matter what, even if it meant that he has to stand alone. He is not looking for any validation or acceptance or right circumstances or the right time, because he makes that time now. He is a living example, leading by an example. He is supported by the earth, and this earth is standing up in him. The life on earth, in earth, is standing up in him and in you. And so allow the earth to rise in you, the volcanic power, the anger, the Mars energy, allow that to build up in you and rise. The immature version of that is that it churns and churns in your belly and just splashes outwards through your solar plexus before it reaches your heart. So allow it to burn its way into your heart and through your heart. And if you are not in contact with your anger, with the volcanic power of the earth, just demand that you are ready. Give yourself permission that it is safe. You are not a doormat anymore, but you are here to stand for what is sacred to you. And you will not turn a blind eye to the wars, to the abuse of power that is manifest in the world at the moment we are living. You will show up as power, as freedom, and you will penetrate this world with your truth, with your sacredness. No matter what. And it doesn't have to be glamorous, spotlight, celebrity work. It can be your everyday life. But if your daily life is not aligned with your divinity, with this truth and with this standing, changes may need to be made. But feel that, let that anger build, let yourself roar, let that warrior in you roar, and let him help you out of that inertia, from that numbness, from that dissociation, from that escape. This is a time when there is no time for bystanders or people who want to just watch on the side. You are all either in or you're out, and I called you in. Let that let that animal warrior in you awaken. Let him and the energy pierce through your heart. He is the penetrative power that manifests on this earth, and that is what the Scorpio is also about. The divinity manifesting on the daily life, in the daily life, in every layer of your personality. And let that come through. Sense your cock, sense the penetrative power cock of the dark masculine, whether you have a physical penis or not, sense the energetic penis or the physical penis. Allow that to be erect with the penetrative power and standing for what is most sacred to you. Name the thing that is most sacred to you. What do you stand for? What are you willing to die for or fail at forever? Name that for yourself. Feel that. And the dark masculine does not point his sword on the outside first, but first and foremost, he points his sword inwards. So point your cock, your sword, inward. Let your cock penetrate your body, your being, your heart. Because the healthy dark masculine acts from his heart, not from his lower being, but from his heart. Let it penetrate your heart, your being. What needs to go? What is the bullshit? What is the struggle? What is that is not serving you anymore, that needs to go and die? Drop out like a leaf. Name it, feel it. Also notice what is the resistance to be penetrated by your dark masculine, by the truth that he brings. This is the struggle. This resistance is the struggle that your soul is facing when it is making its way in this body. And it's your choice whether you choose to be penetrated, pierced to your core, or whether you splash out that war energy, whether you splash out that anger, that power immaturely out on the others. No one else is responsible for your life. No one else is to blame anymore. Not at this moment. You may have been a victim some time ago. You are not anymore. So allow yourself to rise. Come back to your heart. The soul calls via the rising sign. So the sword must be sheathed. Fight. And so you respond as the pledged disciple. Warrior am I. And from the battle I emerge triumphant. Warrior am I, and from the battle I emerge triumphant. Center yourself in the heart center. Sense your body with all its sheaths, all its layers of beliefs, emotions, physical sensations. The energetic body, as if it were the globe of the earth. Draw in the energy of the sun through the North Pole, that is your crown. Let it drip, let it beam in through your crown. and draw in the energy of the moon through the South Pole, that is your base, your body. Allowing your anus to relax. And mix those two energies together in the heart. Sense the dark core that is revealed at the center of their union. And enter this core. This is a sensing meditation, so attempt to feel from that core the sutratma or life thread that has a direct connection to the monad, your essential life force. Attempt to feel from that core the sutratma or life thread that has a direct connection to the monad, your essential life force. Also sense the dark flow of energy that connects your heart to the central core of the earth, and also to the black hole at the core of the galaxy, representing Earth's monad. Also sense the dark flow of energy that connects your heart to the central core of the earth, and also to the black hole at the core of the galaxy, representing Earth's monad. Realize that your heart center is not simply in contact with these centers. It is an extension of their life, coiled into the time and space density of your human incarnation. Your heart center is an extension of their life, coiled into the time and space density of your human incarnation. You are that life. Take time to identify with it. Allow the reservoir of life force to build in your heart. Allow the reservoir of life force to build in your heart. And use the mantra of life. I will leave a gap between each line if you want to repeat it to yourself. There is no soul. There is no time. There is no space. There is only life. One life. This life I am. My will is for all my lesser selves to know me at their core as the essence, the beginning and end of their existence. It is thus as the one life I live. Feel your love for all the Devic lives that make up your bodies of manifestation, the physical body, the emotional body, mental body, the energetic body. Release this reservoir of life so that it radiates omnidirectionally from your heart center as dark love, light, and power. Feel it effortlessly penetrating the core of all the beings that make up your earth, from the atoms of your physical body to the atoms of your emotional and mental and energetic body. All of these are Devic lives awaiting activation and direction from you, the god and goddess of their world. Sense the life and death nature of the energy that naturally destroys or ends those patterns of behavior that the lives in your etheric, emotional, mental, physical bodies have become accustomed to, but that are not aligned with your essential divinity. These take the form of complexes, patterns of thought, feelings, and habitual activity that have developed in your absence. Those patterns, beliefs that you discovered just earlier today, and everything else that is not aligned with your essential divinity. Sense the purification that is taking place in the atoms of these lives as they change their vibratory rates as a result of core activation. And sense the organization through resonance that naturally occurs as the cells of the different bodies express their core note and find their way into the organs and chakras, the different structures and dimensions of your subtle bodies, as well as the physical. Finally, consciously radiate the life reservoir along the verticality of the Sushumna or central column of the spine. Add the energy of the Sutratma, the life thread, to the Antakarana so that the connection through the base to the core of the earth and through the crown to the core of the galaxy is actively vibrating. This concludes our guided part. After this meditation, I invite you to take this energy to the land, whether it be just standing on the ground or connecting to the trees and plants or minerals, animals, and let that life force energy nourish those kingdoms around you. Share that life force with the earth.